Hello guys and welcome to another Sims 4 speed build. I'm really excited about this one. This turned out really cool. So this is a house in Oasis Springs. It's primarily featuring the Desert Luxe kit. This is my first ever kit. It was free to Simmers. Well, by the time you see this, it'll probably be a couple weeks ago now. But it was a really cool little series of events. They gave away this free kit. It's one of the newer kits. It's actually a really pretty super functional kit. I don't generally super care about kits. They're kind of cool. I don't really super love the concept of them, but they're just not something in my budget right now. And so when I saw it was free, I was like, oh, that's cool. Let me look into this kit. And then I was super jazzed to find out it has like the prettiest sofa in it, the prettiest, nicest, neutral sofa. And then it has like the super nice fireplace, which you can actually kind of like hide in a wall and almost make it look built in. I'm still working on that. That didn't happen here, but like this kit is kind of amazing. But it was super cool, this whole process, because they announced that the kit was free for a couple of days. I went and downloaded it. It was having a lot of fun. And then they were like, oh, and by the way, the base game is going free. And so, like, I associate all of those good vibes now with this kit. And it's a really good kit on its own, but now it's, like, it's pretty exciting. So I wanted to build a house because the Desert Luxe kit is really sort of built with this, like, outdoor desert patio situation in mind. And I was like, perfect for Oasis Springs. Almost thought Strangerville, opted to do an Oasis Springs first, but I think it would also fit really well in Strangerville. It's also just really neutral, so it fits in a lot of different places. But I really wanted to build like a deserty style house, and I really wanted to do something kind of mid-mod, kind of like retro futurism with a lot of outdoor space. So I made a little bit of a small house, although in saying that, it's not so much small as just probably not optimized for space. This could very easily be like a 2-bedroom house if you redid the floor plan, but I was very excited about the outdoor space, so I more or less just was like, however the inside turns out, it turns out. And it actually turned out really cool. I'm really happy with it. I went with a lot of grays. I tried to do little pops of color. I did like very dark. I wanted it to very much contrast inside and out with the desert itself. Like, I wanted it to be, I kind of imagined, like, it's in a neighborhood in The Sims, because obviously we have limited lots, but I kind of imagined it almost up, like, a little bit away on a hill, maybe. I always think about those houses. I don't know if they still exist, to be honest with you. I've only ever seen them on, like, old reruns of old TV shows set in Hollywood. Those sort of cantilevered houses up on the hills. And to be honest with you, I only ever saw them on episodes of, like, Adam 12 and Emergency, where they're falling off the hill. But I was kind of imagining that sort of vibe, where it's like the idea is the house is very indoor-outdoor, and you want to feel incredibly part of the view, incredibly part of the desert, part of the hill. So that's what we were trying to do here. I was playing around with platforms. There's a little bit of platform work in this house and stuff, because I wanted the house to sit on the ground. I think I ended up raising it up eventually because the platforms were fighting me really hard. But initially I was trying really hard to get the house to sit low profile, like wide and flat was the idea. But I still wanted like a deck and a porch to be able to build stuff off of, because I wanted a deck and like a pool space, separate but cohesive. And we did end up achieving that. This house is also really cool because if you like the backyard and you're really kind of interested in how I did that, it should be either coming out or it just came out. I'm not sure what order these videos are coming out in because I'm pre-recording a little bit. You should be able to see our first ever Let's Build Together coming out, and it'll be the actual backyard. So if you're interested in what I'm thinking while I'm building it, that's either out or should be coming out. I'm really excited about it. I also do want to touch really quickly on the noise and the fact that this is going to be a little bit of a shorter voiceover, because I am not recording from my normal space. I have my mic and stuff, and I have my computer, but I'm sort of like kind of half babysitting, and I'm on a time limit because they're napping. And so I have to have the door open, obviously, and a whole bunch of stuff happening so I can hear them and keep them in eyesight. So I'm like paying attention to you, but also paying attention to them. So, you know, I gotta be kind of quick here, and I gotta be a little bit shorter on time, which is actually okay because this is a little bit of a smaller build, so no biggie. I really like this fence. I think this is an eco lifestyle fence if I recall, and I've never used it to my recollection. The only problem is it doesn't have a fence gate. I would love a matching fence gate. Like, I would love like an invisible fence gate situation where it just matches the fence, you know. Maybe the only way you can tell is there's a door handle. That would be really cool, because in this particular build it didn't matter so much, but I was thinking like in an old mid-century style build you would want like a pool gate, you know. Those are really common, and I know in some countries it's actually legal to have a pool without a gate. Here, at least where I live in the States, it's not like I could have a pool, and everywhere I've lived in the States as far, which is not very many places, but it's not needed a pool like enclosure. But I think it's like, if I recall, it's like Nevada and possibly Arizona. There's a couple of states where pool enclosures, like a fenced gate system around your pool, are required, and so like this would be a really cool fence for that, but it doesn't have a matching gate, which is unfortunate. I'm sure you could figure something out, or maybe put like a door in. Perhaps if you put like a wall and then a door, that could look really cool. You'd have to mess around with it and use sheets and stuff, which this house does benefit very strongly from the Move Object sheet. And it, like I said, it benefits very heavily from that kit, but there's a few other kits. It's not the most downloadable house, but I think it turned out really cool. We've got an all black kitchen and a very gray scheme inside, and more of a tan, deserty feel outside. There is an outdoor grill situation. There's not a full outdoor kitchen, although it is set up in such a way where you could probably pretty easily turn it into a full outdoor kitchen if you wanted. Kitchen is pretty sparse. Like, I tried to go very sparse in general, but the kitchen is pretty sparsely decorated because I wanted it to feel clean, and I have a tendency to clutter my kitchens quite a bit, so I wanted it to feel almost like show kitchen and not so much like people actually live here and do things. The living room was a little bit cozier in that way, and I think if you mess with the lighting through your day-to-day, had auto lights going on, I had warmer light and cooler light and different, as Sims move in, this house will feel more cozy and lived in. But I very much had like the like sort of clean, very neat, very like throwback to the 1960s, at least in the US, kind of vibe, but also a little bit industrial. I really like how it turned out. And I get to use these new couches, which are, I cannot stress this enough, amazing. I don't think I ended up using them in here because I wanted to use them outside, but that is the couch. And oh my goodness, is it not the prettiest thing? It's going to be the couch that gets used in every build now, and people are going to be so tired of this couch. But it's like generally speaking, I'm like, $5 for a kit is a lot. That is too much. If they hadn't given it away for free, I would probably have eventually bought this kit for that couch. And then the fireplace. The fireplace is the first thing that I pulled out when the kit downloaded. I was so excited because I got the notification at work. And so, like, I work from home, and so I rushed over to my personal PC, and I hit the download button, and then I had to walk away because I'm an adult who has a job, and I can't play The Sims at work. So I walked away, and then I heard it ding when it was downloaded, and I had, like, 2 hours left to work, and so I sat there patiently, like, doing my little code, you know, working on my little algorithms, fighting with my little database, just ignoring stuff, and then finally I got off work and went flying back to my personal computer, and was, like, so excited to sign, and the first thing I did was pull out that fireplace, and it is a gorgeous, gorgeous fireplace. It's an outdoor fireplace, so I will say it's hard to hide the chimney, because it's intended to be used outside, and in fact, if you don't use the cheat, it will yell at you about that. But not in this build, in a different build I'm working on at the moment, I hid the fireplace in sort of like a built-out chimney. It's not great. I need to work on that technique a little bit, but the proof of concept is there. You could put it in a wall, and it does look like a mounted fireplace, like an in-wall fireplace, which is really cool and has lots of very cool implications. You know what I wish we could do, though, would be really, really nice, and I'm not sure. I'm trying to think from a code perspective. I can't imagine it would be that hard because we already have half walls. I would love to be able to go half up walls. So, like, instead of chopping the top off, you chop the bottom off. That would be really nice. So that you could have, like, basically spandrels, but, like, longer spandrels. Because then you could put, like, a wall down in front of the fireplaces and make them look built in. That's, like, probably the only use case, but I would love that. I think that would look really cool. And it would look really cool to do, like, the two-sided fireplaces, because we have no way to, like, super easily do that in a way that makes sense. I'm always trying to make it look like fireplaces are on the wall, but it's just not the most effective. There are people who are way better at that than me, though, who can make it look really good. And I know there's CC out there that's, like, in-wall fireplaces, and I get why it would be hard because, like, the walls are skinny, right? They're meant to look like 2x4s with plaster over the top. But, like, you could set them up like wardrobes, right? Where, yeah, you have to have a box. A wardrobe sticks out funny. But, like, the built-in wardrobes from Get Famous, you know, you build a box and they work. And so I'm like, why can't we do that with fireplaces? Somebody do that with fireplaces. Yay. Come on. We're so close. But in the meantime, we have this beautiful fireplace that butts up quite nicely against the wall and can be kind of used to trick the eye into thinking it's inset. And I love that. There's also some really cute tables in this pack, which you can see I'm using them as side tables here. And then I use them as, what's the word I'm looking for? Coffee tables outside, and they size down really nicely. They do have a slot on top, so obviously when you size them down, the slot stops being very useful, but that's neither here nor there. It does not matter in the grand scheme of things. Really, really cute. There's actually a couple really cute tables. One is giant, but I think it's like that's kind of the intention. It's meant to look thick. Like it's supposed to be a big brick of things sitting there. Yeah, I was really impressed with this kit. This was the first kit where I was like, this is the second kit where I was like, I would have probably bought that. You know, the Industrial Loft kit I was really fascinated by too. I don't own that one. And I might pick it up eventually, but I have a little bit of a hard time with the price tag. I just have a hard time with kits in general. But I will never turn down free stuff, and I appreciate very much that they made it free to everyone because it's a very nice kit. It's going to be exceedingly useful in things I build, and it's going to honestly dictate what I build for a while because it is a very fun kit to use. And yes, I'm harping on it, but I'm excited. Anytime I get new Sims content, I'm like, it's Christmas. It's Christmas. So, but I've been talking for a really long time, and I actually have another voiceover I need to record before everybody wakes up in this house. So I'm going to go do that. Thank you guys so much for watching this one. I hope you enjoy the build. I hope you're having a fantastic day, and I hope you're feeling very, very loved. And if you're not feeling very, very loved, please know that we love you, and we're really excited you're here to hang out with us. We're really excited you get to share this build with us. We hope we were able to pick up the Desert Lux kit because, oh my god, the couches. And I will talk to y'all very soon.